Fishing and Gear. Jim here today, Lake Moultrie, and we're going to be using our Lowrance active target to see if we can find active feeding catfish and mark them on our map, and then maybe backtrack on them and then see if we can catch them. So basically this is the active target. You can see a stump or something coming across the screen right here, maybe some small fish around it, and you can see right here on our sonar for our downscan, you can see maybe a stump, then you know, maybe look like that small fish right there. This is our map. This is a sub channel. We're going to just kind of cruise around, and instead of just randomly just dragging wherever we feel fish may be, we're actually going to check out some spots where we think fish might be and see if these fish are actively moving around, and then, you know, drag on them. So let's cruise around a little bit and see if we can find some fish that we might can catch. The first thing I'm going to try is this little point of where this channel kind of splits and kind of stops right here. I've caught fish here before. It's a good place to start. We're just going to kind of putt up to it and then just kind of slow down and just see if we see anything kind of sitting on this ridge. Now the way I have the active scan set up on my boat is the transducer is on the back of the boat, and I've got it set on down scan. So basically it's about 12 foot in front of the boat and 12 foot behind the boat, and it gives you a really good picture downward of what's going on. You can go forward scan and see a further distance, but I want to be able to see better detail to see if these fish are feeding. And you know, we can always just mark the spot on our map wherever we may see the fish, and then you know, just circle back and just get right back on that point and then just drag right on the fish. So we got a few interesting marks right here. We're going to back up. You can see this going this way because I'm actually backing up, and see if we can mark these fish and see if they look like they're actively moving around. If they are, we'll mark this spot right here on the map, and then we'll get in position and drag on it. I'm starting to see like quite a bit fewer marks right here. So typically, once you see it on this screen, it's already past this. You'll start seeing things on this screen when it passes this point on this screen, when it's kind of out of the range of that 16 foot of where we got right now. So we're going to back up and see if we can see these fish. So these fish don't look like they're really actively moving around much, you know. It could just be kind of hunkered down. Catfish do that sometimes. So we're going to move around a little bit. We're going to move a little bit deeper and see if we see anything, and it looks like it's actually moving around, you know, maybe actively hunting, that we can try to catch. Again, seeing some fish, they're kind of just staged up. We're going to move a little bit further down to where a little sub channel connects into this channel and see if there's any movement on the corner of that. So we're on this point right here, and we're going to kind of just go down around this corner through these little ledges right here and just see if we see anything that looks interesting in these little depth changes right here. So right here we've been marking quite a bit of fish coming right around this corner, and you can see this fish right here. It's kind of blipping in and out, but he's kind of coming across, going back around, so it definitely looks like he's moving around. I just seen him on here and that's not showing up, but we're gonna mark this area. So basically I'm just gonna hit a map and I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna save it, so that spot is marked, and we're gonna kind of spin the boat around, get it ready, and try to drag to where our lines are gonna drag right on that point. So let's get everything spun around and set up and see if we can catch this fish. Okay, we got the front of the boat right on the mark near where we're seeing the fish. I'm going to get everything set up, get it thrown out the back of the boat, and we can start dragging. You can see our planer boards have pulled all our lines out. These are Uncle Lou's planer boards. They work great. I've had these over a year and they're still holding together just perfectly. Haven't had an issue with them at all. I have popped the line off and I reel everything up and I go back and get these things. I'm not losing one of these planer boards. I believe they last for you for, you know, well over 5 years or so. I've got a year on them and it's 0 use, probably longer than that, you know, so I'm not sure. It's gonna be a long-term test on them because I'm not switching, I'm keeping them. I think they work really, really well. Must be either tiny or he got off. I think I feel him on there. I'm not sure. He's running all over the place. He's pulling. He just didn't do much till I got right here to the boat. I think he's a little bit bigger than I thought. Yeah. Yeah, he's not bad at all. Yeah, he's going all under the boat now. Yeah, I've used the active scan. I got David on the phone. I used the active scan to mark an area that looked like it had a decent amount of fish low that were moving all around the bottom. So that's what I drug, and it's even an area I've never drugged before. And yeah, here's the fish right here. I had a takedown earlier, a pretty good one, but it was like a short bite. He got off. Yeah, this ain't a bad catfish at all. I would have swore he got off of there the way he swarmed directly like toward the boat. When I picked it up, it was like nothing on there at all. But he's on there. Got him in the net. Look at there. Pretty catfish right there. Their first fish so far. I've been dragging this area maybe 30 minutes or so, I guess, maybe a little longer than that. Not a monster by no means, but like I said, I kind of spotted them on that active target. They were moving around. The fish definitely was active because I got him. He bit the chicken anyway. So we could get a length on him, keep dragging this area, and you know, put him back in. She's about 34 inches. Like I said, no monster by no means, but every trip has to start with a fish. Okay, bud. And we're still dragging that same little area, and I'd say for the day, I haven't been out here but a few hours. It's just it's Christmas Eve. You know, you're seeing this video a little later, and my wife said you got to be home at such and such time because people's coming over. But we got a fish on here. He ain't pulling no drag or anything, but it was a good little takedown. For whatever reason, my planer board don't look like it's coming with the fish. It looks like my planer board come off somehow, because it ain't moving unless he's really far out there. But that's okay. We can swing back around and get the planer board if it did come off for whatever reason. Maybe I didn't clip it on all the way. But definitely I see the fish is closer in than the planer board is. Yeah, it's funny. I had already started to reel that one in a little bit. And then I seen this one bump. He ain't huge by no means, but I think we get to get the net on him at least. He's not as big, definitely not. He's not the big fish we were looking for today. But today was mainly just testing out the active target. Can we find active catfish and catch those active catfish? And is this a definitive yes? Maybe not, but we did see those catfish actively moving on the Lowrance active target, and we caught a couple of them. So I think that's pretty good, a good start for using it. We're gonna get this guy back in the water. We could call it for this episode of Fishing in Gear. Appreciate everybody's support once again. To the next one, we out. my Uncle Lou's planet board.